Speaking of one of your fighters, Caleb Plant.
Yes.
He's pursuing a fight with Jermall Charlo. We all saw the video. Is that the right fight for right now? Like, do you like that fight next?
Hell yeah, I like that fight. I mean, I don't know if that fight's going to happen, but if that fight does happen, I'm with it. I am with it. But as of right now, I don't know anything about that fight actually being a real fight on the table, but it may be. I will say this, though. I love that fight for Caleb. I really do. So if he can pull that fight off, it'll be great.
Now, do you cater to strength and conditioning, I guess, program based off of the opponent and, what the game plan is?
It just depends. It just depends. Like, some coaches do. Some coaches want, like, for example, when we finished fighting Devin Alexander with Sean Porter, the very next fight, Kenny Porter was like, I want him strong. I want him to knock Paulie Malignaggi out. I don't want him to make it through. And so I put more emphasis into the power and speed of it for that fight. And Sean did just that. So sometimes we do, but then sometimes you just got to let the fighter be the fighter, and so I try to give an even balance. I test all the time, just like you would if you go to a doctor to kind of test you, do evaluations on you. I test all the time so I can figure out what I need to do. So if the levels change, I'll address that level. But sometimes you do change it up. But for the most part, I just cater to the body type and the energy system disposition of the fighter.
Y'all did Paulie real wrong in that fight, bro.
Well, you know what, man? Sean did do an amazing job. Shout out to Sean Porter and Paulie Malignaggi. They're both champions, both great people. Paulie did have a rough night that night, but it just turns out that sometimes you're on the receiving end of that thing, and I like to be the one giving it, not receiving it.
If that fight were to happen next, what's your prediction for the fight?
What
I know you're
fight?
gonna get Caleb and Charlo. Is it a knockout, Anthony Durrell, or is it a systematic boxing lesson?
I think it's going to be one of those situations where Caleb's just going to outbox him. I think that Charlo is a great fighter, though. I think it's a matter of Caleb doing what Caleb does best. His feet are amazing. His ring IQ is extreme. He has great ring IQ now, especially through all the top fights he's been in. You know how to move in there. If he can move in there with the guys he fought, it's not anyone in the boxing game that he has to worry about after you come out of a fight with Canelo and Benavidez.
Yeah.
These are top fights, top guys, and even though he didn't get the nod on him, he comes to the table with so much experience, so much ability. So I'm definitely thinking Caleb's going to just box this guy. Does he have the ability to knock a guy out? Sure he does. We've shown that with Anthony Durrell. But I think that's what's going to happen. That doesn't mean Charlo's going to come and lay down. That guy is strong and has a great 1-2 right down the middle. And great combinations. I saw that in this last fight. So it's going to be a great fight. But I do see Caleb boxing him out.
Thanks, Larry. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.